one channel that I follow just to get my dose of uber left wing, uber crazy left wingism, is watching the Majority Report, and
Mm-hmm.
they often start off making similar criticisms to what I do, to those that I do of public intellectuals, but then they always seem to go to, and that's why they're racist grifters and they're white supremacists, with like everyone they fucking criticize.
It seems mainly they apply that label mainly to Steven Crowder, from what I've seen.
They apply
Um,
it to like every conservative they talk about, man.
oh, I don't even know because usually the only time I'll watch those videos is when Sam Seder's talking because the rest of the people that are on his show now are insufferable.
Yeah,
Um,
he's more easy to he's more reasonable too. Like the other people on the show, like Emma Vigeland and that black guy and that white-ish guy or whatever, it doesn't matter. The they're they're uh
So
they're
racist. So
they're
racist.
insufferable too. I don't care about their races. They could be blue, purple, and yellow for all I care. I don't
Yeah,
care.
it's usually it's he gets like the better topics and then like the crappier stuff they get, and it's like okay, as soon as Sam stops talking and these
Yeah.
other people start talking, it's like yeah,
He's the
I'll just
what the thing that I like Sam Seder for is when he is debating some of the people who call into the show, like when he's debated libertarians and anarcho-capitalists before. I think he actually does a pretty good job of that, and he kind of uses the Socratic method or street epistemology a little bit. Like he seems to often ask them questions like, okay, well, who defines what is private property? Isn't it the government that decides whose private property is what? And isn't it the government that decides the value of a dollar? How are we going to do all of these things by creating this society with no government and still have money and roads and private property, and we're not going to end up having private militias fighting each other all of the time?
yeah. But yeah, sometimes I watch his content. I don't much unless I'm still have like I'll look at a certain topic, right? Like a certain current event that's happened, and I'll go through my usual folks who kind of comment on that stuff. And if I'm still inkling for more, then I'll see what Sam Seder might say about it. But he's never ever the first person I'd ever go to find out his take on something.
Yeah, me
But
neither.
I
They're
usually find pretty good Peterson critiques on his channel, though.
Yeah, that I would say so too. They just like with him, the I guess similar to Jordan Peterson and other people like that. I would say that when they make fun of people, some of the same people who I make fun of, like James Lindsay or Sam Harris or people like that, they make similar criticism. They start off with making mostly similar criticisms that I agree with, and then they go all the way to he doesn't have a clue of what he's talking about, and he has bad intentions, and he's a racist white supremacist or something like that. They do that with Jordan Peterson and Sam Harris and many others too.
Oh, I've never heard Cedar say that. Probably those other super woke people do say
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
it's probably more them. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's older and everybody else is like young.
Yeah.
So they tend to have like younger, woker takes on everything.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like they all think that Joe Rogan's this right-wing transphobe guy, right?
I don't know. Has Sam Cedar said anything about
I'm
Rogan being a transphobe?
I'm pretty sure they like it's mostly those other people that were making those extreme of claims, but they've criticized Joe Rogan a lot for uh for
For the
supposedly being transphobe.
disinformation?
for supposedly being transphobic, for supposedly being racist, and spreading vaccine and COVID misinformation. That last one seems to be the one that Sam Seder focuses on the most. It seems like the other like ad hominem attacks basically are what the rest of them focus on more.